We're close. We are close enough to get them as a vassal. We just need some... I've already reduced my overextension. Probably should have taken the mission for overextension. That would have given me +1. Okay, what can I do? This is troublesome as well, because when my new heir takes over, I'm going to lose a big chunk of diplomatic reputation. Best thing I can hope for is get enough dip rep to get +1 from that, and then get a +1 advisor as well. But that's only going to be +3, and I don't even have one right now. But yeah, dip rep is only going to be +3, and I need +5 at this point. Oh well, let's keep them friendly for now. But secretly I hate them. Not because they're Estonians, but because they're sneaky Estonians. And indeed, we all hope they perish in some pointless war. Also, that extra diplomatic reputation would certainly help integrating you. So we got +1 from there now. Okay, now that's not quite enough. I thought we'd gotten the +1 that we need from our legitimacy here, but that's not enough. It's just not enough. But I need an advisor. Ha, what luck. But as I said, it's still not enough. Harumph. A number of states will not help us out there. Jake, could you propose to get this fixed in the way? The relative economic base compared to player modifier is way too harsh. The thing is, I don't really feel that it is too harsh. I mean, otherwise it would be far too easy to get a whole bunch of people to become your vassal once you get any significant amount of strength under you. Oh my, I don't think the French are going to have a trouble taking over those Dutch colonies. Well, more power to them. Ah, cursed Estonians. So very, very close. And it's not like I can suddenly bump up my development somehow, unless I really want to pour it into Perm. And whilst I do really want to pour it into Perm, that's not what I'm going for here. Still have my Western arm trade, I should grab that. I mean, I could bump it up a notch. I want that admin, but... that's not going to make a shred of difference now, is it? A gift for plus opinion. Opinion has no weight when it comes to offering vassalization. You need to break through the 190 barrier, but that is not what is holding us back at this point. I will gift them, however, just to make sure that I am solidly above it. Jake, check your policies. Aha, see, that's the clever kind of thinking we're looking for. But sadly, it looks like we do not have it. Of course, I don't have any diplomatic thingamajiggers anyway, so go figure. But this is a shame. If my legitimacy was just a touch higher, I imagine I would have what I need here. So close. At what point does this round up to 2 then? Does it ever? Jake's syncretic faith with Catholic gives plus... Ooh. Ooh. That's tempting, isn't it? And I'm going to lose out big style when my monarch dies. Would be very expensive on the prestige, and I'd probably be locked into syncretic Catholicism for a while, which is fairly disgusting in its own ways. But well spotted, very well spotted. I'm having trouble thinking of a reason not to get this. Well, I just did it. Welcome to the world of being my vassal. And whilst I'm at it, I'm just going to throw this province to you in Goldingen, since I don't want it. It looks ugly. So, grant province, Goldingen. How I wish I could place my relative on your throne as well, but that's not possible. Well, that was fun and all, but now I don't want to be this. How long am I tied in here? Only 10 years, we can get back to proper syncretism in no time. Hmm. 10 years of syncretism, at least we can purge out the other kinds of Christians. It's funny, the whole dragging or chugging part of the game seems to have hit at 1700 like a brick wall. I do wonder what's taking the time, so I will have to back this up and take it into the office. Jake, how's Danzig's separatism? We checked it before, we still have a wee bit to go on that. 1707, so 5 more years. Otherwise though, most of what we have to do is just colonization and picking away at them. We will integrate Denmark. We will integrate Sweden. The Swedish integration will not be quite as smooth as the Danish one. Well, some might argue it'll be smoother. And of course, Polotsk will become part of us. Salt Navy tradition, not necessary for us. And I guess these provinces need to be filled in as well. So yeah, it's mostly just colonization. And simply taking provinces that others have been so kind to colonize for us, which is why I'm not keen to go to war with Scotland anytime soon. Because they are colonizing and that helps us out in a big way. I guess the Dutch are as well, so thank you, Dutch. So are we looking on all the states here? I do want to make all this land stated anyway, so expensive though it's going to be to court. Aye, that looks fine. A couple of these don't want to, why? Okay, missionaries. And then there are you again. Alright, Trondlag is not very important. Okay. Still territorial, of course, I can't do much with that. But small land, on the other hand, it's a fort. It's good enough reason to throw the nobility onto it, although I'm going to throw the clergy on it anyway, because I'm trying to keep my eye on manpower provinces when throwing down the nobility. That looks like a nice clergy province, though. Dalaskogen belongs in the hands of the merchant guilds because there's none of that local autonomy towards production efficiency. So, good going. Damn, that goods produced deserves to be boosted right up. Well, what I did there will affect production efficiency, but means to an end. Alright, well, this being the case, I'll just give the nobility some garbage lands to the north, so they can just chill out and be cold up there. Of course, they're still unsatisfied. Why would they ever be satisfied? Jake, do you think forts are worth it? Well, I have quite a few forts in my country, so I hope you would believe they are, but I like to push them forward as is necessary. That one's okay there. I don't need you here. So I don't tend to have forts inside my country except on the capital, but certainly on dangerous borders, yes, because they really tie up your enemy, and if you use them effectively, you can just pin down your enemies and crush them where you want to. Jake, do you have to stop your missionaries? They're spreading the wrong faith now, aren't they? No, they are still spreading Tengri. Just like back in the harsh days when I was syncretic with Orthodox, they were spreading Tengri. Oh, that just looks beautiful. That's how religion spread should be. Ming doing very well, and I'm going to put a lot of that down to me playing on hard mode because it keeps them together a lot easier. They get that reduction to their unrest thanks to AI bonuses, -3. Right. This is acceptable. But really, there isn't too much to really keep busy with now. I guess Ice Cold Iceland is going to have to go down. And the Scottish colonies do as well. And I'm going to have to get Greenland as well, I believe, since it is part of Scandinavia. And the correct culture is being spread. It's going to drip into Nizhny Novgorod as well here. Now let's keep those accursed Protestants out of our country. So Jake, is that book on the Permian flag your little book of exploits? That's no little book, that seems quite chunky to me. Alright, we don't need to be paying our units at all, really. I don't need more mill, but I'll take it. And I think I'm still subsidizing my colony, yes I am, and for all of our troubles they are building a textile manufactory? Okay, I guess I did give them plenty of money. Better for them to use it than not, right? I'm gonna recall this colonist and have him go somewhere else. It's actually faster for them to get over here than over here since they take a different route. But the colonization of America has been one slow process thanks to this. Knocking out all the Iberians, what a difference it has made. Means America is Portuguese, Brazil is English, England as well getting knocked out, but Scotland is not one to be down and out. And taking over Ireland, although the Dutch are... can't get behind that. Jake, the one thing I noticed while playing is that the building forts on seemingly logical provinces such as mountains is bad because the enemy will start sieging there, and my troops will suffer the terrain penalty when liberating them. Do you think the forts should not cause the terrain penalty for liberators? Would be a possible addition later on, otherwise terrain such as the French-Spanish border are bad to fortify. Well, yes and no. I'm gonna go with no though. After all, it ensures that you will always get the defensive bonus on your fort, which is fairly powerful. And the thing is, your enemy will be suffering attrition there whilst they siege it down. I'm not convinced giving that as the giving you always the bonus is the solution there though. Since otherwise I'd be having all my forts on mountains and always destroying, since making sure that you can get the defensive bonus is very strong. Estonia is one ugly looking march there, but then so can be said for Baluchistan. Those Jampur still getting in my face there. Vague promises of reformation. But there's not much for us to be worried about right now. Sweden is going to go. It'll go a bit better if I have that Stockholm claim on them. And none can stop the power of Perm. Damn, that's a big name. Be bigger once we get Polotsk out of the picture, I imagine. Yeah, I also need to colonize these. I need more colonists. The only way I'm reasonably going to get more is if I get expansion and take the first idea from it. I guess that will speed up everything by almost 50%. The HRE has been a joke all game. Even with Austria being this big, it's not making any... no +1 stability for me, I'm already at +3. Yeah, even with Austria like this, they're not able to take the throne. I wonder why they're so unpopular. Do they even have a mail? Not that I remember anything about the pragmatic sanction. Jake, insult your rivals for some PP. I think Ming is still our... No? No, they are not. I am due one, and I'm not about to rival France at this point. Still getting some for eclipsing Ming, but Netherlands and Austria, here's what I think of you, Austria. Bleh. I think I'll throw them a embargo as well. Permian Canada, it needs a name. So how about you give us a name? It's a little broken up at the moment, so I'm going to have to piece it together. Hopefully, well, they're probably going to go Syncretic with Catholic. There we go, that did it. Disgusting, but at least they're not going to have any religious problems with Catholic lands. Of course, we're going to be marching into these. Oh, dear lord. Nova Scotia is fighting for independence. They're losing because America is going all freedom on them. But I wonder if this means that I can fight them and get away with it. That's the important part. Alright, there seems to be a desire for perma-ban, so we're going with that. Wonder if the Americans would ever be so tired that they would... Nova Scotia being independent makes things a lot easier for me, so I can just walk in and take it all, but then the same could be said for walking in on Scotland. Neither are particularly powerful enough to reject me. By patronising the Catholic faith... Okay, that's nice to get some better relations. Now, I can't even remember why I allied Tuscany, but they want to call me into a war against who exactly? That's small time. I mean, I got nothing better to do, so I may as well accept, but if you're going to be calling me into wars like this, I might as well check that I do not want to be involved in offensive wars with you. Well, all the more reason to just stroll down and take care of the Teutonic Order. Put them in their place. And get Estonia to get a bit of experience on the battlefield. To the point that Mazovia wish to help us out. Not sure I want to pay them 50 ducats for 6 units. Heavens no, even if you do have a general on the case there, I'm not paying for that. So, Tuscany is already claiming to have the majority of the war participation here. Let's change that with some blockading and some sieging. Don't underestimate Perm's contribution here. Jake, you were looking at Tuscany since you wanted to drop kebab. Maybe I just wanted some friends. Prestige from land battles, the most powerful idea. Glad we had it for bad ideas, guy. There we go. Let's get some participation this way and kill and keep moving. It's nice. Eventually we're going to have nothing left to convert. I look forward to those days, but we still have all the Finnish Catholics to get rid of. Power projection ain't gonna last. It doesn't have to, though. Alright, so Scotland have... No, they're still at war with Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia are losing / winning, it's hard to say. USA are certainly losing to them. Oh, but America wants to be my friend. That's heartening. Jake, lazy colonist, thanks for the reminder, because I would never notice myself. I say I think Permaban need to be the bigger, stronger one in all of this. It didn't take too long, but I think that's going to hurt my contribution now, because there's very little I can contribute when he's fighting the remnants of the Papal State. But with all that's said and done, there's no need to pay more, and we can just chill out a bit. That's what I'm good at, chilling. Well, part of my plan to get rid of some of these excess forts. I think this one's important because it gives me somewhere to rest up my boats at. This isn't ideal though. Knew it was coming, and I'm glad I vassalized our friend when we could, but we are still of the Great Perm Dynasty, Wilkopermski. They'll do us good. Guess I don't need you anymore, still want those better relations over time. Friend when we could, but we are still of the Great Perm Dynasty, Wilkopermski. They'll do us good. Guess I don't need you anymore, still want those better relations over time. Sweden have still got to go though. And Jings, it won't be long until they do. How time flies. And soon I'll even be Western. And I even get 6... You know, Tuscany, I do want to keep them on my side. It's pretty important that way. Western focus at long last. Perm turns to the west. By our conquest we have proven that we are every part as powerful as our western neighbours. And our political influence in the west is already substantial. It's now time to take our rightful place among the great powers, and to make them recognise our part in the culture, economy and politics of Western Europe. The world shall tremble before us. We are now Western, and you know what's kind of funny? We also have the Western arms trade bonus, so we can get this pretty cheaply. And thanks to that, Ming can westernize off of us. We'll see how well that westernization goes for them. And sadly we lose Netherlands as a rival. I think we get to eclipse them though. Yeah. That'll be alright. Excuse me. Yeah, the guy's pointing at his western hat. He's fairly happy about it. We have loads of places that we can have states. So I'm just going to make this one. Drops the autonomy all the way down to 0. And who knows, might make us some money out of it, since it gives us more propagated power in Novgorod. I can take it. Jings, I can't wait till I can give up the charade of being Catholic. It's not good for the heart. And the Great Perm Dynasty strikes again, 364. I like this guy, I like him a lot. You are going to be Marvin. It is a man, right? Yeah, that looks like a manly name. Marvin. Do us proud. So how's that whole Uralicization of our provinces doing? It's coming along. I think I should plant a sleeper agent of an Uralic province around here. Like Tula. Because that way I'll come from this side and from this side. Anything that's relatively cheap to do. Smolensk, nah. Tula, nah. Torzok will get a couple of these, but they are awfully expensive. Good enough though. Those Christian missionaries are not allowed anywhere near me. Send them back from whence they came. Okay, now Scotland is getting ravaged by England. I thought that war was going okay. Ah, it's because England is backing the Nova Scotias. I think it's going to end up in white peace though. It's going to take so long to integrate you, 40 years. Maybe I should not have ditched that other guy. Or alternatively, I could have forced my religion upon you, but I don't think they would be very impressed with that. Things the Danish aren't very impressed as well. It's kind of the sad truth that Perm here is pretty much done. What's left is colonization. and integrating of vassals, which is never terribly exciting, but I do want to see this through to the end, so I'd be as well doing it. Once the truce with Sweden is up, and jings, that's only a year away, so I should get myself into position. I don't need troops over here, no need. Sweden will be gobbled up in one shot. Iceland, Scotland, and then that'll be all of the old world that needs to be mine will be mine. You know, reflecting upon it, it might be better to get something that'll help me with integration of vassals. Just anything to increase that diplomatic reputation of mine. If anything, that makes that level 3 advisor the wrong choice, since what I need is to be integrating my vassals on the double here. Besides, nobody really cares about those little bits of conquest I did. But it is kind of nice that things can go smoothly for Perm. Jake, do you have enough transports to fight Iceland and Scotland? I got plenty of sailors, which means I can erect a half-decent navy. I should probably start thinking about getting some 2-deckers on the go, but 3-deckers are right around the corner, so with a sufficiently large enough fleet we should be good on that front. I want a lot of light ships to privateer the Netherlands out of here. How am I going to do that then, I wonder? Okay, well, 40,000 will be plenty transports for anyone. So, give it the very innovative name of 20 transports, and we'll have them, well, built over here, please. It even builds them up in my subject. Well, I guess that'll do. And I want some heavy frigates on the go, so 20 lights as well, please. I want 20 lights here and here. Finally going to be a naval power. Jake, build up grand shipyards. I'm not sure if it's necessary. In fact, I'm fairly certain it is not. Better get our spending on the go. Don't know where wants to rise up. Protestant zealots. Not on my watch. The thing is, once I'm done with my next 2 conversions, they're probably going to go away, and the missionaries are working hard and fast. Transports. Don't be one to judge. Ha! I did mess that up as well. Oh well, transports they are. Can I finally stop being phony Christian, please? Okay, 3 years away. Until we get back to pure Tengri. None of this syncretism rubbish. What is this? Okay, no, it's just meeting up at Neva. Conflicts between shamans and the clergy. Actually, I can take tolerance of the true faith minus. That doesn't hurt me at all, because we have plenty of tolerance going on throughout our country. He says as the rebel faction just suddenly bursts open. Why would UK suddenly, of all provinces, want to revolt? Oh yeah, the nobility are controlling some of my provinces. And the nobility have been less than impressed with me for quite some time. Honestly, I'm going to hold that diet just to bring them closer to not hating my guts. They're not doing me any favours by being angry like that. And we'll call Canny on converting these. Still going to keep that totemist on the go though. So, what about you? Saxe-Lauenburg doesn't even want to save you, which means your goose is cooked, I'm afraid. There is no escape.